You know how to push it, Bella. All right, from 5 News, I'm meteorologist Stephen Elmore. A few more strong storms trying to fire up across the river valley as we head into the evening hours. It was a very active morning where we saw some strong winds, some hail, and now we're starting to see these storms starting to fire back up. And we always knew that was going to be a possibility, right? With the atmosphere kind of resetting itself now heading into the evening hours. Severe thunderstorm warning continues into portions of LaFleur and Sebastian County this evening. This is going to be for 60-mile-an-hour winds, but also some hail involved in this system as well. I'm going to pull up that hail tracker for us real quick and show you what that hail looks like. It's not super impressive, but it's still there enough to produce that severe thunderstorm warning. So let's go ahead and get a closer look at where the hail is right now and give an update. So just outside the Poto area towards the southwest is where that hail is going to be. Right now, we're just getting those gray returns right now, which is anywhere between that penny to nickel size hail. So it's a little bit below the damaging risk. Usually we have to get that hail core up to around quarters to consider it damaging. But right now, still a strong enough storm to produce that severe thunderstorm warning. And again, that's going to cross over the county line into the state line into Sebastian County as well. So I'll go ahead and pull up rain mode once again to kind of show you where these cells are right now. Really across the river valley, LaFleur County is seeing a majority of these showers right now. Just one is severely warned. I tell you what, earlier today we had a severe thunderstorm warning that just pushed into Pushmataha that dropped around 2 to 3 inch size hail, just skirted just south of LaFleur County. So still some strong storms out there this evening. Right now, just this one severe thunderstorm warning. If we take a look across, meteorologist Bella Grace is going to be running radar for us. Bella, if you want to show DMA wide for us real quick, just kind of show across northwest Arkansas and the river valley. Across northwest Arkansas, it's been very quiet so far, really. Across the river valley is where a majority of the activity is going to be. So across northwest Arkansas, we're actually seeing a break in the sunshine. Just a few clouds passing here and there, but cloud coverage continues to increase across the river valley. That's where we're going to hold on to a little bit more of that energy right now. Dew point values in those upper 60s, maybe just reaching up into those 70s. Cooler air, though, definitely a lot cooler across northwest Arkansas after the storms that we had this morning, and you probably notice a lot less of that humidity heading into the rest of this evening. Can't rule out a stray shower or two, but right now we're just looking at this isolated thunderstorm that's right now in LaFleur County, but has a chance of increasing and crossing over into Sebastian County. So Bella, let's take a closer look at this isolated cell that's in LaFleur County right now. And I want you to go ahead and pull up that hail tracker as well. Kind of give us the latest update on what that hail is looking like right now. Again, folks living into the Poto area, that's where that heavy rainfall is going to be. And again, the hail, not really that impressive when we see those gray returns. It's going to pulse up and down. Earlier, when we had the severe thunderstorm warning issued for portions of Vladimir into LaFleur County, the hail core was definitely larger. You can see those deep blue, those purple outlines coming out there. That's some larger hail. Since it's continued to cross further into LaFleur, it's starting to tick down just a bit to the point where we're just starting to see some smaller hail potentially, maybe those penny-sized hailstones. As you get into Poto, though, we could see those hailstones continue to fall and eventually crossing over into Sebastian County. Greenwood is in the path of this as well. Pensacola and Panama are also in the warning. Bella, let's go back to rain mode real quick. And then I want you to try to draw a outline here. Again, you'll have to go to the warning polygon here to see how fast it's moving right now. Should be moving, I'd say, probably 30 to 40 miles per hour. We'll want to draw that track for
45, yep. We're going.
So again, not necessarily a slow mover, but it's going to be, let's go ahead and push that all the way out to Greenwood, if you will. Even though they're outside of the warning. So a few places here, Hackett at 411, Greenwood at 432. Right now we're sitting at 338. So you still got some time. And again, we got to wait to see if this cell continues to pulse up. If it's pulsing down, we might lose the severity of this and continue to track the right direction where we could just see some rain crossing into Sebastian County. But overall, though, Again, it's not that impressive. Penny-sized hail that could maybe leave some dings here and there, but overall, we got to get to those quarter sizes usually to really become threatening outside. All right, we can take away that track now, Bella, and I want to get a wider look at the river valley, see where these showers are. Heavener area, starting to see a little bit of a cell pop up there, producing some of that lightning. But a lot of the rainfall is very just isolated to LaFleur County right now. This is all going to continue to track off towards the northeast, eventually into Scott County, portions of Sebastian, eventually into Logan. But we don't know yet whether or not it's going to hold on to its severity. It could just pulse back up and down, could just get some rain, maybe a rumble of thunder or two. But if we hit a spot where there's a little bit more instability, that's when we could get some of those stronger storms, maybe even produce some more hail. I think that's our main concern throughout the rest of this evening is going to be the potential for some of those quarter-sized hailstones. Really, the tornado threat for tonight, it's not zero, but it's definitely on the lower end. We used up a lot of energy earlier on this morning where we had some really strong storms, not only across northwest Arkansas, but across the river valley as well, where we used up a lot of that energy. Now that we're moving into the afternoon and evening hours, not a whole lot of it's left, but still enough to be able to produce some of those stronger storms that right now we're seeing is producing some of that hail. Bella, what time does this warning go out till? You'll be able to click inside that polygon and it should be give us some information.
Until about 4:15.
4:15. So we got about 35 minutes left or so on this warning. We'll see if it survives that long. Sometimes the National Weather Service, like we said, they issued that warning for some larger hailstones. Now that we're trending downwards towards those penny-sized stones, they may go ahead and cancel it early. But we'll stick with it for right now. I tell you what, Poteau area, right in Poteau right now, is that heavy rainfall. It's also those frequent lightning strikes. Let's pull up that hail core again and see if that hail has reached into Poteau just yet. Probably a little bit outside of it, so you still got some time. Yeah, traveling right up to 70 and then eventually coming right into Poteau. So where that cell is strongest right now, heavy rainfall is coming down, lots of lightning, but the hail has really ticked down. You see as it crossed into LaFleur, right across 270, it was producing maybe up to the nickel-size hail, maybe even a few quarter-size hailstones. But since then, it's really pulsed down as it tracks further into Poteau, making that northeastern turn. I think by the time we get closer towards Cameron, if it pushes even north into Pensacola, eventually reaches to Greenwood, where that's left out of that severe thunderstorm warning, I don't know if we'll have enough of that instability left to able to produce those hailstones or not. I think most likely we're making that good trend right now where we're not seeing this thunderstorm hold itself together, but we could wait to see for it to pulse back up. Let's go ahead and turn on velocity, see if there's any of those, any strong winds coming out of this. So yeah, right into Poteau, just on the east side now. Got a little bit of an outflow where we're seeing some of those stronger winds. So probably got very loud there in Poteau for a few minutes. Now as that continues to track off towards south of Cameron, eventually pushing into Sebastian County. Could hang on to some of these stronger winds. Definitely no signs of rotation right now, which is a good thing. Just some of those straight line winds out of a isolated cell that's all by itself out there that's able to produce some of those stronger storms as we move into a bit of an untapped atmosphere. We haven't seen a lot of these storms over the past couple of hours. I'll tell you what, LaFleur's seen a lot of them so far. Again, we mentioned Pushmataha. They had large hail. We're talking baseball, even larger, close to softball size hail earlier on this afternoon that just went past south of LaFleur County. So we definitely dodged some of those larger hailstones. Let's take it out wide again across northwest Arkansas in the river valley. And we'll turn back on reflectivity, see where that rain is right now. Most of our rainfall remaining further off towards the south. Just that isolated cell right now that's in Poteau in Scott County, maybe a few showers here and there south of Waldron. But the rest of northwest Arkansas and the river valley really quiet so far. We've actually broken up a lot of that cloud coverage, especially across northwest Arkansas, just starting to build back in now. So that's when we could see the potential of seeing some more of these isolated thunderstorms pop up. Got a few of them in Haskell County and Latimer County. So we'll see how it reacts following this system. But I think since we have this cell right now that's right across Poteau, it's using up that energy. So any cells traveling behind it may not have enough to feed into the instability to be able to produce another strong storm or two. Let's go ahead and zoom back in, not directly into Poto. Let's just get Lafleur County, Haskell, Latimer, just a closer look at this cell. There you go. Yeah, great job. So Heavener area, starting to see some of those heavier showers right now, starting to get a few lightning strikes here and there. Mansfield area, let's go ahead and move it over into Arkansas, if you will. Bella, just drag that screen over. Get some cities here to point out. There you go. So Mansfield, Boonville, down to Waldron, maybe a few showers down the line overall, really remaining below the severe limit. I think this is going to be our strongest cell, at least over the next 15 to 30 minutes or so. But folks who live just north of Mansfield, again, Greenwood area, if that cell is continued, making kind of that eastern turn now. So we could see that Mansfield area, see some of those stronger storms start to move through. I think south of Greenwood, that's kind of our next target location of where we're looking at the cell potentially moving into. But a lot of these showers that are in southern Lafleur County into southern Scott County and now moving into southern Sebastian County, all of these way below the severe limit. These are just a few scattered showers here and there. And as we're talking, they're going ahead and trimming this severe thunderstorm warning where that cell has already pushed off towards the northeast. We want to cut everything out from Lafleur County that's not even seeing those showers anymore. So let's go ahead and get the latest information from that, Bella, if you could. I want to see if that hail, what's that hail saying it is? Probably ping pong or less?
We're looking right around quarter size.
Quarter size still? All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the hail tracker and see if it's showing some of those deeper blues back again, see if we're starting to see an uptick of this. So right now, again, we get the information from the National Weather Service. They say quarter. What we're seeing is those gray returns. Again, it's probably anywhere between that ping pong, maybe a few of these quarter-size hailstones. It looks like that hail right now is just towards the south end of Poto. So that's definitely going to be tracking into just north of the Mansfield area, south of Greenwood. If we continue to see this uptick right now, we've got another bout. Let's see here, about 30 minutes left on this warning. We also have our 4 p.m. newscast, so we'll have to wrap things up here pretty quickly so we can gather ourselves ahead of our show coming up. So let's take one last look at reflectivity, and then we'll wrap things up here, Bella. So again, hailstones right now, not super impressive, but it's still there enough to continue that warning from the National Weather Service. Heavy rainfall coming right now down in Poto. That's going to push off into southern Sebastian County here very shortly, and then we'll be tracking that hail throughout there as well. Lots of lightning strikes mixed in there as well. Again, this cell is their strongest, definitely, of all the cells that we're looking at across portions of southern Sebastian County into southern Lafleur, and even some showers into Scott. This is that cell. It's all by itself right now that's really trying to feed off of some energy, producing some of those lightning strikes, heavy rainfall as that continues to track off towards Sebastian County. So we'll keep you updated on our 4 p.m. newscast here coming up in about 10 minutes or so, and we'll wrap things up here. Again, some hail out there right now, definitely on the lower end, but if you can come outside and move some things around before we get, especially if you live in Sebastian County, you got some time to move things around if you want to avoid that hail. And it's on the lower end, penny size, or maybe even a little bit larger, closer towards that ping pong size. But we'll keep our eye on it heading into our 4 o'clock newscast, and we'll keep it here, keep it local as always. We'll keep you advised.